Hello everybody, welcome back to the show. Today, we are going to be talking about iDubbbzTV. Ah yes, the greatest YouTuber of all time. Now, obviously, well, let's just say there was a little bit of controversy surrounding Creator Clash 2, alright? Apparently, he lost over $250,000 from this event, and there wasn't any money that went to charity, so there's that, alright? But, I think that, rather than just doing the generic, thing where, like all other commentators on the platform being like, iDubbbz, he done goofed. He doofed it up again, guys. Can you believe that? And then talking about his wife for the other half of the video. I think, you know what? We'll give him a chance. We'll watch his side of it. We'll go in with an open mind. Let's see what he has to say. Now, for those of you who are new here, while I do these live, I always make sure that despite this being a live show, I include timestamps in the description below after the fact, so that, if you don't have time to watch the entire show, which is perfectly fine, by the way, you can go back, look at where, like, the timestamps and stuff, just skip around if you want. If there's a particular part that you're looking for, you better believe that will be included in the description. Unless I forget, of course, or, it's like right after, it's like, it takes a little bit of time. But you get the point, alright? Hello there, Pancake Panic. General Kenobi, you are a bold one, alright? That is right, everybody. We are gonna be talking about, iDubbbz for the 5 billionth time. Make sure to smash like if you want to see more original video ideas like this, okay? Because if you don't, I'm gonna be very sad, okay? I'm not gonna be a happy camper. Instead, I'm gonna be a sad camper. In fact, I already am a sad camper because YouTube decided, you know what would be really funny is if we like automatically demonetized all of Femyoz's live streams. Oh, I love when they do that. It's my favorite. Don't you guys just love when they do that as well? I know I sure do. But yeah, the weather do be nice, huh, chat? But I don't know how long it's gonna. I hope that people have gotten the notification for it, right? Because if not, that's very sad. But I'm gonna just do some live stream things where I basically hold on. I just realized that my camera looks a little bit on the blurry side. Not a fan of that. So, I'm gonna fix it, okay? I'm gonna fix it, alright? Or actually, I don't even know if you guys can tell, but I know I sure can, and it's bothering me, so I'm gonna use a glasses cleaner, okay? This is what it looks like to be, my camera, okay? POV, you're my phone. You're my phone camera, okay? Yeah. And now, yeah. There we go. Now it should clear up. Anyways, I hope you're all having a fantastic day because, iDubbbz, being the absolute genius that he is, decided that, he's done a really good job at managing Creator Clash 2, as we all know. So, without further ado, why don't we, do the thing where, we watch his epic video, okay? His video is called The Harsh Reality of Creator Clash 2. Dun 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 dun. Oh my goodness. That sure is that is one hell of a title, alright? And you can see the thumbnail over here. He looks really happy, alright, guys? He's having the time of his life, alright? He looks like he's having a blast. Oh, he must have spent so much time on that thumbnail. But we're not here to talk about the thumbnail today, alright? Even though I just did. It looks like he's gotten more likes than dislikes on this video, which is clearly a major improvement, as we all know. Before he was getting more dislikes than likes on videos like these. So the fact that he's getting more likes, that's a better sign. Though it's not the best sign, right? But yeah, I don't know. This is like it could be worse, all right? It could be worse. But without further ado.
Hello everyone. I have some bad news to share with you.
Spaghetti-o.
Really don't want to share it. I feel terrible. This year has been a rough one, but
I've noticed.
This is the path that I chose, so I think it's best to be transparent. For Creator Clash 2,
Wow, finally being transparent for once.
despite it being a fun event, and despite good fights and a lot of creators sacrificing a lot of time, money, and energy.
You mean creators like Froggy Fresh? No, I'm not a Froggy Fresh fan, right? I don't really like him very much either. But I'm just saying.
We lost $250,000 on the
I wonder if that has something to do with Froggy Fresh not being in the event.
The way that this typically works for anyone who's unaware is that once our expenses are paid off for the event, like all the minimums of broadcasting, the hotel, travel, all that sort of stuff.
Oh, and by the way, he's been offered, I think over $1 million by some sort of company to sell Creator Clash, but he refused. So, I don't know. I feel like if he really cared about the money going to charity, you would think that he would accept that offer, and then not only would he not be $250,000 in debt, but he would also have another $750,000 to give to charity. But apparently it's not worth it, I guess.
Once that's all paid off, then we can start paying the charity.
Like, what does he think is going to happen at Creator Clash 3 if there even is one?
Unfortunately, we didn't even reach the break-even point, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right, we're $250,000 in the red. I foolishly thought that the success of last year should be a minimum, a minimum for what we are able to do this year. And that wasn't true. There was a lot more to think about. I thought, okay, we're bringing on more talent, we're bringing on more creators.
Yeah, but you have to pay for them, right? You have to pay for their traveling expenses, their training, and obviously that's going to be a lot of money. So you're going to have to make that up.
That should translate to more pay-per-view buys. We're inviting more creator guests. I think that should translate to more pay-per-view buys. This is our second time doing the event, so more people are going to know about it, so I thought that would translate to pay-per-view buys. But we did half as well.
Well, maybe if you had actually promoted it, that would be the case, but I think that less people knew about it, simply because you didn't actually promote it properly. You hardly did anything to promote the event, especially, right before. You didn't do shit.
As we did the first year. 50,000 compared to 100,000 the first year. So I was wrong. And
compared to 750,000 that could have gone to charity if you had just accepted the offer, but okay.
And I feel a lot of shame because a lot of people were trusting me and trusting our team to, protect the event and protect the charities and protect just...
Aw, if only there was a solution to get that money to charity. Aw, if only there was a solution for that iDubbbz could have taken.
Just the whole thing. It feels particularly bad because this isn't like a regular business where it's all a personal loss and I can just be like, oh, okay, I suck at business, and I walk away from it.
See, but here's the thing. Ian still kind of is treating it like that, right? He is still making these stupid decisions, and I've said this like a million times. He does not know how to run an event like this. He should just sell Creator Clash. I just don't understand why he doesn't do that. He can make a ton of money from that, and not only will he not have lost any money, but he'll have an additional $750,000 that can go to all of these charity organizations. That would fix the problem. There would be no shame in doing that. It's like that. I feel like everybody would respect that. Sure, there might be some people that would be like, oh, wow, he's such a failure. Can you believe that he saw? But, who cares about that, right?
All the other fighters were, hoping that their charities got represented.
If only there was a solution for that.
And got supported for all their hard work. But we didn't have any anti-piracy measures we weren't prepared to deal with, but ended up happening. I mean, I was just thinking, let's just avoid catastrophe. As long as there's, not, I don't know, a bomb threat or...
Yeah, as long as there's not a bomb threat, nothing could possibly go wrong, as we all know.
Or, injuries or anything crazy, we should be...
Injuries? You mean, the possible injuries that might have happened from, Chris Raygun having to box somebody twice his size because you needed a replacement for Froggy Fresh, so you decided, you know what? Safety, what even is that, alright? Safety's second, alright? Kicking Froggy Fresh is my priority here.
Be fine. This should just be like the first year. I don't want it to be more complicated than the first year. It ended up being a lot more complicated. Amongst the 800 pirated streaming sites, there were between 1.3 and 3 million viewers. So even though there were around 50...
I will say that if you're pirating a charity event, that's kind of a shitty thing to do, alright? There's not a justification for that. That's scummy, right? Even if you don't like iDubbbz, it's not a matter of whether or not that money is going to him, right? He's not trying to benefit, right? That money is meant to go to charity, right? Now, I mean, I don't know. It's a scummy thing to do, right? Like, imagine pirating a charity event, okay? I understand, oh, okay, I'm gonna pirate from big corporations, because who cares about that? I think that that's perfectly fine. In fact, I would argue that's pretty based, not gonna lie, alright? Because you can make a utilitarian argument for why it's beneficial, but this is not the same.
50,000 pay-per-view buys. There were around 1.3 to 3 million viewers, people who actually watched the full broadcast. And that's a little bit reassuring. You know, it makes me feel like, okay, people maybe do want to watch this. They just didn't, you know, they just either couldn't afford it or just didn't want to support what I had going on. If it's 1 or 2 steps to pirate it, but it's 3 or 4 steps to stream it legitimately, people are going to take the pirating option every time.
I mean, that's a fair point. I do think that iDubbbz should have, I don't know, prepared for something as obvious as people pirating it. But at the end of the day, it just goes to show there's some level of incompetence, right? It's like he's not able to run the event the way it needs to be run, right? He's unwilling to make logical decisions here, right? It's like, oh, well, it's his event, he can do whatever he wants. Yeah, but these are the consequences. And this is why I was criticizing him in previous live streams and in a video I did on him for not making good decisions. He's entirely basing his decisions off of his emotions rather than logic and reasoning. And this is just one of many outcomes. Like, what did he think was gonna happen? This is why I've been criticizing him, because I knew shit like this was gonna happen. Based on how he was running the event. He wasn't running it responsibly, and it shows.
I think we also had a big streamer audience. That's who we are appealing to. I really like the live stream audience. You know, people who want to watch these events live, and they watch things on Twitch and YouTube, and they get it all for free, generally. So I think it was, in a lot of ways, bad to appeal to that crowd and not give away the stream for free. I think a lot of them felt like, well, this should be something that's free, especially if you have ads.
I feel like they're not really... I'm going to have to say, I kind of disagree with iDubbbz. I don't think that anybody is entitled to that. Like, Ian doesn't owe you shit, right? He doesn't owe you a free live stream, right? There can be content that's behind a paywall, okay? He doesn't owe you content for free, right? And this is what I mean when I say, okay, I don't think that Ian is like a bad guy at heart. I think that he is very critical of himself right now, but in ways that aren't productive, right? He feels this need to, you know, apologize for everything, right? He's clearly not very happy right now, right? He's not a very happy person, from what I can tell. But he's making terrible decisions that's just making the problem worse. And then he's feeling bad. It's like, there's like almost like an iDubbbz cycle at this point, okay? People talk about the Jalen cycle, but did you know about the iDubbbz cycle, right? Like, I want to be able to make jokes, right? And make fun of this situation, but it's like, I just feel bad, right? It's like, I sort of empathize with him a little bit, right? It's like, I understand the feeling of not being able to make good decisions, right? It's like, when your emotions are clouding your judgment, it's really difficult to do a lot of things, right? Like, you can tell that he's probably really depressed right now, right? And as somebody who has experienced some pretty bad depression over the years, like, I get it, right? It's difficult to even get yourself out of bed, right? Like, you sort of don't really get it unless you've experienced it. Like, I don't know how else to describe it, right? But I think that maybe Ian is going through something similar.
In it. Aside from the pirating, we did have higher expenses this year. It was a bigger arena. We went to the Amalie Arena, so it was twice as big. We paid more for broadcasting. So broadcasting team did a lot more elaborate shit, and there was a lot more staff involved. We did a creator hotel. So we bought out a hotel to make sure all the creators had a safe place that they can stay. It actually ended up being good.
See, that's the thing, right? like, I don't think that he has bad intentions. I think he's just being dumb. I just don't think I think he's just bad at managing, finances and whatnot. He doesn't know how to make financial decisions properly. And maybe that's because he's, like, I don't know, a YouTuber, right? Maybe he's just, oh, okay, you know, like, okay, well, I'm just a YouTuber. I just make funny content for a living until recently, where I'm trying to do something completely different, where I have to either be able to manage finances or have somebody do it for me. But I guess he didn't really do either, or know how to do either, right?
That we got the Creator Hotel because all the hotels shot up in price like a couple weeks after we locked in the Creator Hotel because Taylor Swift was coming to town. She announced her tour dates, and pretty much everything got booked up. If we didn't book the Creator Hotel when we did, I don't think we would have had nearly as many creators show up to show support. And our pay-per-view numbers actually could have been hurt by that. We also had events the day before the fight and the day after the fight so that, you know, fighters and friends and family could come together and process their trauma. That was sort of paramount for me because the first year we did...
I don't know what he means by that. Process the trauma, like, I guess from, like, a fight?
The fight, and then I went to bed. I got the shit kicked out of me by Dr. Mike, and then I went to bed, and then I woke up, the hotel was empty, and then I got on a flight and traveled 5 hours with my face completely swollen back to Seattle, and I was...
That sounds fun.
Like, that was cool. That was so worth it. There was nothing. There was no processing my trauma. There was no talking to anyone and relating about the experience afterward. Everyone was gone, and that shit felt awful. So...
I mean, yeah, that's fair enough. And like, here's the thing, right? It's shit like this that makes me think that iDubbbz has good intentions, but he's just a dumbass sometimes, right? You know, he's been making really bad decisions that are based entirely on his emotions, and it shows, right? Like, the fact that he's considerate enough to consider these things and considering, okay, well, how are other creators going to feel, right? How is this going to affect them? What can I do to support them to make their experience as good as possible, right? Like, I feel like his heart is in the right place. He's just not, you know, his brain isn't, right?
So, yeah, some of these things that might seem extraneous, in my opinion, were entirely necessary, and I wouldn't change it for the world. I mean, as evidenced by the pay-per-view streams, it wouldn't have made a difference because we did half as many pay-per-view sales. So we also had to pay for more fighters this year. The first year it was 18. This year it was 24. I thought bringing in more fighters would just lead to more pay-per-view buys.
That's not how math works, Ian. Come on. That just means you're spending more money on creators, right? That's not going to be made up for. Like, that's it. The amount of people that buy, you know, that like, you know, pay for the event or whatever is not going to, you know, increase exponentially when you do that, right? It's going to be more like a, I don't know, a square root function, right?
But I think it just ended up costing us more, you know, because each fighter gets a $20,000 stipend, and for anyone, like,
yeah, you're not gonna, yeah, that's not gonna be made up for with pay-per-view buys if you just keep doing it over and over. Like, it's like, okay, yeah, there's an audience for this type of event, right? I don't think that it's not going to increase exponentially the more creators you add, right? Like, that's just not how it works.
Like, confused about this or thought everyone was fighting for free, they pretty much are fighting for free. I think any of the fighters can attest to the fact that fighting in Creator Clash is not a financial boon in any way. That $20,000 is eaten up in those 9 months that you're training. I would say...
I wish I had, like, I didn't really understand this, so I think I made a mistake in my video about iDubbbz, saying he wasn't transparent enough about where the money is going. I sort of thought, I thought that the creators were getting paid, so I think I made a mistake there. I'll admit that. That was my fault. I didn't understand, where that money was going, I guess.
Say that $20,000 is on the low end of what it should cost you to train in those 9 months.
Yeah, okay.
Because you have to pay for your trainer yourself, and you have to pay for, you know, all of the food, the equipment, the travel, whatever you're doing to make all this shit happen. You know, aside from putting your streaming career or your YouTube career,
oh, yeah, that's also a good point,
TikTok on hold while you're training, you know, it's not a huge reward. So I don't want anyone to think just because these fighters are getting $20,000 to basically, like, just be a little bit less in pain after going through all this torment and trauma.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, yeah, that's fair enough, right? Like, you shouldn't be losing money. You shouldn't be paying to participate in an event like this, right? Like, that would be kind of silly, right? So it makes sense that Ian would cover the costs. I think. All right, I'm not gonna lie. I sort of messed that up in my video.
I don't want anyone to get shit for that because that is a minimum of what these fighters should be getting. In my opinion, they should be getting much more because it is a traumatizing event and it takes a lot of time and dedication. That is a cost of putting on the event, in my opinion.
All right, that's
I think
fair.
other boxing promotions would like disagree that fighters should be getting paid this amount, but to each their own. What do I know? We lost $250,000 on this event. Another thing I want to address is there are some people floating rumors around that we're pocketing money from Creator Clash.
Pocketing money from Creator Clash, I don't think that he's doing that, right? I just think that he's not managing the money well, right? I think that he's making poor financial decisions, but I don't think he's doing it out of greediness or anything like that.
And that's extremely hurtful because it has been nothing but the opposite. I understand that some people out there don't like me. I'm okay with that, but
Now I feel bad about one of the jokes I made in my intro. God damn.
thing I'm not okay with is just lying to people and making up shit for the sake of like clicks. I mean, this is hard enough as it is. Like, I don't want to make this video telling people that we made half as much or we sold half as many pay-per-views as we did last year. And what I absolutely don't need is people spreading rumors about us pocketing money. This has been a financial fucking catastrophe for me. We don't need that, and we don't need any of that shit for any of our other fighters because this has been a huge sacrifice for all of them financially, specifically financially. If you want to say that they're earning boatloads of clout for fighting, sure, whatever you want to say, but this has been a huge sacrifice. I try not to view any of the pirated live streams as malicious because I think the majority of people, aren't malicious about it. I think there were 50,000 people out of a million plus who just said Creator Clash live stream, and like instantly a bunch of shit popped up, and it was just very easy for them to watch.
I guess that's fair enough.
And I really don't blame them for making that choice.
Well, I would say that the people that are pirating it, like as in the people that are putting it on those websites for people to view for free, I would say that those people are malicious. The people that are I guess I wouldn't say that the people that are just, okay, they're searching Creator Clash, and it's like, oh, okay, here's Creator Clash, right? I don't think that that's malicious. They're just not thinking about it.
In making this video is to remedy it. That's sort of what I've been grappling with over the past couple of months.
But here's the thing, right? I think selling it for $1 million would remedy it way more, right? Because then you have 750 grand that would go to charity, right? Way more than what would go to charity otherwise, right? I think that I don't even know if there's gonna be a Creator Clash 3 at this rate, right? I don't know if that would even be viable.
It's like, what the hell are we gonna do? I can't even think about doing a Creator Clash 3. We lost money and...
Yeah, okay, so if you can't think about doing a Creator Clash 3, then sell Creator Clash. That's what I don't understand. You were offered $1 million and you declined it. Because I guess you don't want it to... Yeah, whatever.
There's no money for charity. So what are we going to do to solve that?
You can solve it by selling it. Like, I know that it sucks, but that's literally the best decision you can make here.
I don't have a good solution. The best...
Oh, I do. The best solution is to sell it for $1 million. That is the best solution you have. That will solve it. Again, I know that sucks, and maybe that's like not what you're looking for emotionally, but like you gotta do something like that to make up for it, right?
The solution that I've been able to come up with is putting the full Creator Clash broadcast, Creator Clash 2 broadcast, on YouTube for free for everyone to watch, and just hoping and praying that people enjoy it and want to support it.
Okay, but doing that and selling it are not mutually exclusive, right? You can do that, right? But then sell whatever Creator Clash, as in, okay, this company, won't have the rights to, I don't know, these streams or whatever, but they'll have they'll own the event itself, right? They'll be able to do Creator Clash 3, without Ian, right?
I'm curious what your guys' thoughts
Which
are.
Again, I know that sucks, but that's like the best solution there is, right? That's the only way to fix the problem that I can think of.
I want to post the full broadcast on YouTube, and I want to have like a fundraising goal. I know YouTube has like a fundraising thing.
I mean, you
But
can
right
do that
now,
too, but I think that the easiest thing you can do is just sell the event. I mean, you even said yourself that you don't even think that a Creator Clash 3 would be viable. So what's the point? What's the point of not selling it if you're not even gonna do a Creator Clash 3? Like, I don't get it. Like, this is what I mean when I say he's just making decisions based on emotion. Like, I get it. Creator Clash probably has a lot of sentimental value for him, and I understand that. But again, like, that shouldn't, you know, like, it's still the right decision. You know what I mean?
from what I've seen, YouTube doesn't allow multiple charities to be listed in the fundraiser. And there's
That's
not really
cringe.
very many good options for us to collect donations ourselves. So I think we're just going to have a singular charity represented in the video, and then we'll put all the other charities in the description. So if you want to donate to a specific charity, that's where you can do it. I want to make it right. I want to make it more right. I'm okay with us fucking up and taking a $250,000 loss. I'm not okay with charities not getting any money.
See, but this is why you should sell the event. Okay, this is like, see, here's the thing, right? I feel really bad for iDubbbz, right? Like, I feel like I can't even like make this into a joke, right? And maybe that's not good for the sake of the live stream, right? I was originally gonna be like, oh, haha, like he made another apology video, but it's like, this is just sad. Like, I just feel bad for him, right? I don't.
I want to thank all the fighters and all the coaches and all the staff of the event and the fans who came to show support. It might feel like a big loss, but it was a lot of entertainment, and a lot of good came out of it. A lot of people had unforgettable experiences, and it will be a highlight of their lives. There's a lot of boxing events where no money goes to charity at all, ever. There's not
So like this one. I'm sorry.
even the chance that it goes to charity.
Oh, the chance.
So
I mean,
I just
fair
want
enough.
to thank everyone. It truly made a difference that you came and supported. I'm just disappointed that I let everyone down. I just made some strategically shitty decisions along.
I agree with this. And I'm glad that he's self-aware enough to acknowledge this, finally. Yes, they were strategically terrible decisions. I've been criticizing him for ages for doing this. Even before the event itself occurred, right? I've been criticizing him, saying these are objectively terrible decisions. Like, this is gonna decrease the amount of money that goes to charity. And I was right. I was right. Because I was thinking about it more logically than he was, right?
The way, and all of those decisions, led to where we're at. I think it was dumb of me to say that we weren't going to make the broadcast available for free, like we did the previous year. I thought that would bring in more pay-per-view buys, because people would be like, oh, I'm not going to be able to watch it for free.
Well, you have to account for piracy, right? You have to make it, because I'm pretty sure that KSI and Logan Paul, made it like an event that you couldn't watch for free, but they were really good about taking down pirated versions of it, right? So you'd have to do something like that.
Well, I'll definitely buy so I can tune in. But I don't know. It either didn't have an effect or backfired, and I'm trying to learn from it. This year I have a lot on my plate, and I think my strategy going forward is to just be completely candid with everything. Again, it's hard. I would normally keep all of this shit to myself, but I gotta express myself. I gotta tell you guys what's up.
I think that's perfectly valid. I'm glad he made this video. I think it's a good video for him to make. People might be mad at him or whatever for making this video, but making this video doesn't make the situation any worse, right? He's being honest, right? He's acknowledging his faults, right? Now, is he doing what he should be doing to fix them? Not necessarily. He's kind of trying to do that, but again, he should just sell Creator Clash for $1 million. He has the option to do that, or at least he had that option, right? And then, okay, then one, he doesn't, lose money himself. Two, he can donate 750 grand, split evenly among, the charities that, were going to be represented. I don't see why that would be such a bad solution.
Otherwise, I'm going to rot from the inside. But yeah, additionally, another thing that's, been eating at me is that someone is trying to take over Creator Clash. I know that sounds like I don't know, the plot of a video game or something, but it's real. And
Okay, are you gonna talk about that?
It's been taking up a lot of my time, so hopefully I don't have to talk about it in the future.
Why did you mention it? Who is taking over what is this foreshadowing?
But, you know, if I do, you guys are gonna hear about it on this channel. If you're just coming across this video and you have no idea what this creator class shit is about, it's creator boxing, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of amateur boxers getting in there for the first time and giving it their all, and there's a lot of heart and a lot of soul and a lot of grit that is on display, and I think it's very much a worthwhile watch. Donation links are also going to be in the description of this video as well.
Alright, that's good. I'm glad he's including donation links and whatnot. I just think that he should, I don't know, just do the right thing. Just sell Creator Clash. Because, again, like, he's talking about, you know, oh, I don't even know if there's going to be a Creator Clash 3, right? It's like, I don't think that that's viable. Okay, well, that's good that you acknowledge it's probably not viable. But then what's the point of keeping it and not selling it as an event? Like, I don't understand. It's like, okay, it's either no Creator Clash or Creator Clash that you don't run. And clearly, you've demonstrated that you're not good at running these things, right? So why not just sell it? And then the money you make from selling it, you know, not only does it, you know, cover, you know, the debt you're in, but it also gives you an additional $750 grand. Like, I know I keep repeating this, but I just don't understand why he can't do that.
I'm trying to monetize as much as I can to make up for this loss, but yeah, it's hard.
See, that's the thing, right? I feel sorry for him, because it's like, I get it. I get why he's, you know, I'll leave a like on this video, because I think it's better if he makes this video than if he doesn't make this video. Especially because, okay, you know, he's included some charities in the description. I'm sure there are going to be some people that click on those and donate. So I think that, consequentially, the outcomes of this video are more positive. Hello, Gilded Fox. Are you muted, no sound? I'm not muted. Maybe you're muted. It is just you, Mr. Gilded Fox. Alright, that is you. That is a you problem. Wow, I'm sorry, this was a really depressing video to watch. I did not expect that. I was hoping that it would increase the amount of energy I have, but now I feel like it's done the opposite. I feel like this is just, like, painful to watch, right? It's like, oh, okay. Now, you know, it's, wow. My goodness. I want to cry. I don't know, I just feel bad. I don't know. What do I even say about this? Like, I want to be critical of him, but it's like, I just feel so bad. Like, I feel bad, and it's like, I don't know why. I just feel really bad for him, and it's like, I just want to give him a hug. Is it bad that I just want to give iDubbbz a hug? Is that bad? Should I not want to do that? Is it bad that oh god. I just feel bad for the dude. I want to cry. Okay. I don't know. Maybe I've gotten too emotional. How dare you assume my gender? I'm confused. I don't even know when that would have occurred. But oh my god. This is just painful. This is pain. I don't God. Boy. Boy, oh boy. What do you guys think? This was really depressing. Like, I feel for him, right? Like, I know, okay, he's making objectively bad decisions still, but at least one, he's acknowledging some of his objectively bad decisions he's made, right? Now, I think that he should acknowledge the fact that he was wrong, in kicking Froggy Fresh, right? Like, this is, thank you, Kinsey K, for the $5 super chat. Just showing some support, keep on creating things. Why, thank you very much, Kinsey K. I appreciate the generosity. I always appreciate the donations. And you know what? That makes me feel a little bit better. Because, it's like, wow, we just watched one of the most depressing iDubbbz videos, right? It's like it makes me feel the opposite of his old content, right? His old content was so lighthearted and fun and funny. And now it's like, oh god. His new content just makes me want to cry. It's just, oh my god. I know he's gonna get a lot, like, oh god. Have I been too harsh on iDubbbz as of late? Not in this stream specifically, but in other streams and in my video. Like, I'm starting to wonder, maybe I was too harsh on him. Like, I feel so bad. Oh, I should have used Streamlabs RIP. Don't worry about it. It's the thought that counts, okay? It's the thought that counts. But yes, I do agree. It is preferable if 30% doesn't go to Neil. It sounds... I wish Susan was still CEO, right? Because it's like, oh, 30% going to Susan. Like, that sounds intuitively correct. Neil, that doesn't sound intuitively correct to me. I don't know. Wow. I need a break. Oh my god. I just wanted to tell you that, you have been a positive influence in my life. You are a ray of sunshine. Keep lighting up the skies, you beautiful human being. Oh, thank you so much, Niffy Narfy. I assume that's how you pronounce your name. I really appreciate that. Things like this make me happy when I see them. Right? It's like, oh wow, that's nice. I'm glad that I've made people happy with the content I make. 'Cause I mean, that is the goal. Oh god, I wish this wasn't such like a... I wish the video we just watched wasn't so damn depressing. Like, I want to be super critical of him, right? But it's like, I feel like because I'm, like, empathizing with them more than I normally would, it's like, I don't know if that clouds my judgment, or if it's like, damn, maybe I was being too harsh. He definitely does feel like he isn't at 100%. Just hope whatever it is isn't defeating him. Never truly know what people are going through. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, this is like... Oh god. Is this like... Okay, maybe I've just See, I'm starting to understand more and more where he's coming from as a creator, right? Like, at first I was being super critical of him, right? I was being very critical. Like, I was sort of like I was tearing him to shreds a little bit. And then I started, like, feeling a little bit bad, but I was still, like, critical. And now I'm like, god damn, like, I just feel sorry for him. Like, I want to give him a hug more than anything else, right? Even though I disagree with some of the things he's done, it's like, I don't know. And maybe... I don't know, maybe it's because, like, I'm a content creator, so I understand, like, doing these emotional things that don't make sense to, like, the average audience member, right? And maybe that's why people don't understand why I defended Jalen, right? They might view that as just as illogical or whatever as iDubbbz doing the things he does, right? But it's like, I don't know, it's like, I don't know how to, like, I can't make people experience empathy, right? I can't, like, that's not something I can teach people, or, like, articulate properly, right? It's like, you have to get a vibe for it, and, some people just don't get the vibe. I don't know. Damn you, Neil. Yeah, honestly. Oh god. See, that's the thing, right? Is it's like, okay, so, like, we all have emotions cloud our judgment at times, right? Like, that happens. And it's like, I feel like I need to be like, if I'm gonna be consistent here, right? It's like, okay, give him some leeway, right? Like, I give Jalen leeway because I'm friends with her, right? So it's like I'm obviously gonna have, like, more empathy for her and leeway for her if she does or says stupid shit, right? Because I understand her, right? Like I get where she's coming from. Even if there are times where I disagree with her, it's like I get it, right? And it's like people will be like way too fucking like over the top, like mean or like straight up cruel to her. And I'm wondering if like maybe people are doing that to iDubbbz and it's affecting him in the same way. It's like I have to wonder, right? It's like, okay, maybe you have to not be emotional to succeed on the internet. It's like I feel like iDubbbz has matured not because he's changed his content, right? But because he's more empathetic, at the end, more emotional, right? Like he has more emotional maturity. But I feel like that comes at a cost, right? It makes it more difficult to see things logically, right? Your emotions can cloud your judgment, and there's some good and some bad that comes from that. And I think that, a lot of people focus on the bad that comes from that, and I get that, right? Like, I've done that as well. I've focused on the bad that comes from being irrational, right? But it's like not like once I feel like once you're a creator though, right? And you've said or done irrational shit, or you're friends with somebody who's said or done irrational shit, based on their emotions, like you start to get it, right? You sort of understand, like these are just regular people, right? People hype creators up way more than they should, and it's really unhealthy, right? It's like, oh, what? You're not like 100% logical. Like you're not in like the same headspace as me, a viewer who's completely disconnected from the situation and can just like criticize you as much as I want. It's like, I don't know. I'm starting to wonder if like maybe people go too far. Maybe people go too far with the amount of maybe I've gone too far with the amount of criticism I've given. Like I don't know. It's like, well, what's the point? Like, I've criticized people for I guess, making the 5,000th video on Jalen, right? I'm like, well, Jalen is a human being as well. Like, what utility does it serve to make a video, criticizing her for the same shit that everybody else has criticized her for? And I'm wondering if I've been guilty of doing that with iDubbbz, right? Like, it's like there's a disconnect because it's like he's got such a large platform, and like because like his like presence, his character, I guess, that he portrayed on the internet has like been a big part of my childhood or whatever, right? So there's like some like parasocial relationship there, where it's like I don't want things to go wrong, and I'm wondering, okay, maybe I am hypocritical for, being super critical of iDubbbz but defending Jalen, right? They're both irrational actors a lot of times, right? They both do dumb shit, right? But they're human beings. And I think that they should be seen as such. And I'm wondering, if I don't know. I feel like the longer, the more time I spend interacting with creators, the more difficult it is for me to, brutally, own or destroy other creators, right? Unless I really don't like them, right? It's like, they have to be, like, I have to think they're bad people, before I can do that and not have it eat away at my conscience, right? Even the iDubbbz video I made, even though I think I was right about most things, it's like, some of that, like, I feel like some of the things I said were too harsh, and I'm wondering, like, that's sort of eating away at me. Like, despite how well made of the video it was compared to everything else I've ever made. I don't know. Like, on one hand, I feel like there needed to be some voice of reason who's willing to criticize iDubbbz, but only for things that he actually did wrong, in areas where he messed up, right? Because people were like, you would give like one piece of valid criticism and then they'd harp on 5 other pieces of criticism that aren't valid for the rest of the time, right? Whenever they make videos about him. And I wanted to change that. I didn't want to, adhere to the mold, I guess you could say. And I'm wondering if, I don't know, it sort of eats away at me a little bit, because it's like, this is like a person. This is like a human being with like emotions and stuff. And I don't know. It's hard to say. Damn, this was like way more like serious than I thought it was gonna be. My goodness. This was, yeah, like way more serious. I didn't expect this to be a serious stream. I was hoping to joke around and stuff, but damn. I don't even know. This is strange. I didn't expect to be siding with iDubbbz here, right? I feel like there's I don't know, maybe there's less of a disconnect than there used to be, right? I think I'm starting to get where he's coming from more than I did before. Right? I don't know. Maybe that, or maybe this was a more well-made video than his other ones. But he seemed really genuine. That's the other thing, right? This wasn't like a fake YouTuber apology type thing, right? Like, it seems like he genuinely feels bad about it, too. I think that's what makes it different, right? It's not like, oh, I need to address this. Okay, how do I get everybody to, like stop, saying bad things about me? Oh, okay, I guess I'll just, I don't know. Everyone's a friend if you try hard, or try love. Stanley Kubrick, 1924. I'm good at pronouncing names. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Because I thought I was going to be, like, tearing this video to shreds. That's the thing. I was not expecting to, like, I don't want to say defend iDubbbz. Like, I still criticized him. But it's like, even that, I don't know. It's like I intuitively understand, like, emotionally where he is coming from, in a sense. And maybe that's why it's different. I don't know. It just seems genuine. He seems so genuine in this, and it's like in a way where it's like, wow, this is really depressing. Like, this makes me sad. So it's like, it hurts to watch, right? But, either way, I don't know. What do you guys think? This was, I guess we'll read the comments on his video. Alright? So, let's just see what other people have to say. The top comment is from 2 days ago. I felt as if I didn't even really hear about Creator Clash 2 until it nearly had begun. Meanwhile, for the first one, there was a lot more hype generated and advertising done. Yeah, and this is something that I mentioned as well. It's like, well, you didn't advertise it. Like, no shit. It's not going to get as much attention if you're not giving it attention, right? The main issue of Creator Clash 2 was the lack of noticeable creators. I think he meant to say notable. I don't know. I don't think so. I think that that Kicking Froggy Fresh certainly didn't help, but I think there were notable creators there, right? I think there were notable creators in both events. I think one of the biggest problems is that nobody knew what was happening. The first one had a lot of build-up, but this one just flew under the radar. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, these people are right. Like, they're right about that. This is something that I've said. This completely invalidates Harley and everyone else who overlooked all critics by hiding behind the charity BS. I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, they're not the one managing, like, the financial aspect of it, right? They're not going to be looking into it. Oh, I wonder if this is a financially viable decision for Ian to make, right? It's not their event, right? So from their perspective, you know, they didn't know whether or not it was going to do well until the event took place, right? So from their perspective, they thought, oh, okay, money's going to go to charity, right? So the lineup for Creator Clash 2 was significantly less interesting from day one. More fighters doesn't equal more pay-per-view buys or whatever. I don't know what PPV stands for. I'm stupid. When the new fighters are unknown. I guess. I don't know. I thought there were... I don't know. Oh well. The only exposure it had was controversial and based upon your decisions. Yeah, that's also true. I feel like most of the only reason that I even thought about Creator Clash at any point, Creator Clash 2, the only reason I even knew about it, I think was because of the Froggy Fresh situation. And it's like, if that's my only impression of it, it's like, okay, well, I'm not going to want to watch this event. It's like, oh, he's doing a shit job running it. I guess I don't really care. There is such a sadness to your demeanor now. I hope things in your life begin to turn around for you and you find the peace you need. Yeah. It's okay, man. I bought 10 beers at Creator Clash and still haven't financially recovered. What? Okay. All right. The biggest issue with, quote, Creator Clash, in my opinion, is that I don't fucking know who these people are. Like, aside from Ian and Aaron, I'm looking at 20 others that I haven't ever heard of and aren't interested in watching. I literally watched for the clips of 2 people I know to be uploaded after both Creator Clashes were already done for free. I don't know. I recognized some of the people. I don't know. That were on, because I saw the lineup and I'm like, okay, I know who Chris Raygun is. I know who Nathan Barnett is, though most people don't know who Nathan Barnett is. I didn't recognize most of the fighters in Creator Clash 2, and watching YouTube is one of my biggest hobbies. You know what? That's a fair point. I get that, right? But it also depends on, okay, what niche or subcategory of YouTube content do you watch? I wish iDubbbz was my IRL friend. His squirrel videos are kind of good, not gonna lie. I don't really watch the squirrel videos, but I think I've watched a couple, and they seem pretty wholesome. I think that's a good thing that he does. Like, I don't know. It's like, as critical as I've been of him, you know, it's like I just want to give the dude a hug, right? Like, I just feel sorry. You know, it seems like he's going through a lot. And, like, I feel like me, you know, reiterating criticism that somebody else has probably already come up with a larger platform. It's like, okay, what benefit is there, right? Like, I'm sure the criticism I've given isn't, like, the most original or whatever. At least not the criticism I was giving, like, towards the beginning of the stream, right? It's like, I feel like there's less of an issue with, I don't know. I feel like the root of the issue is he's just fucking depressed. Like, he just seems really depressed. I don't know. He just seems like he's sad. I mean, I was watching a Tommy C stream covering this, and it's like that seems to be like what everyone was saying there as well. They're like, oh, he's depressed, and I'm like, okay, but I didn't watch the entire thing, but I was there, and you could see me in chat, you know, making jokes and whatnot, right? But it's like watching the video on its own just hits different, right? This is like, okay. It's like, I'm not viewing it through the lens of a Tommy C stream, right? I'm viewing it through my own lens, and it's like, actually, like, goddamn, like, this is really sad. I don't know. I was hoping to do something more entertaining, but I I just can't get myself to make fun of this. I can't. I don't have it in me anymore. If you asked 15-year-old me to make fun of this situation, I'd do it in a heartbeat, right? I would probably make a video being like, you know, like a satirical video being like, actually, this was like the best decision for him to make, or whatever, and then like do a bunch of crazy shit, right? And I was gonna do that. I just don't have it in me. Like, I just feel... I don't know, I just don't have the heart for that anymore. I don't... Fuck, maybe I'm literally just femboy iDubbbz. Maybe this is me having the same issue. I don't know. This is sad. I know I'm rambling, but... God damn it. God damn it. This is... I think I'm gonna end stream and then do something else. Maybe. You know what? No. I'll keep streaming, alright? Unless... Oh no, it seems like my stream is lagging. That's not good. Why didn't anybody tell me the stream was lagging? Come on. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed this really depressing stream. If you did, make sure to smash like. Alright? And, I will see you all in the next one. Shit. The only exposure it had was controversial, and based upon your decisions. Yeah, that's also true. I feel like most of the only reason that I even thought about Creator Clash at any point, Creator Clash 2, the only reason I even knew about it, I think, was because of the Froggy Fresh situation. And it's like, if that's my only impression of it, it's like, okay, well, I'm not gonna watch this event. It's like, oh, he's doing a shit job running it. I guess I don't really care. Oh, God. Why didn't anybody tell me it was lagging? There is such a sadness to your demeanor now. I hope things in your life begin to turn around for you and you find the peace you need. Yeah. It's okay, man. I bought 10 beers at Creator Clash and still haven't financially recovered. What? Okay. Alright, the biggest issue with, quote, Creator Clash, in my opinion, is that I don't fucking know who these people are. Like, aside from Ian and Aaron, I'm looking at 20 others that I haven't ever heard of and aren't interested in watching. I literally watched for the clips of 2 people I know to be uploaded after both Creator Clashes were already done for free. I don't know. I recognized some of the people. I don't know. That were on, because I saw the lineup, and I'm like, okay, I know who Chris Raygun is. I know who Nathan Barnett is, though most people don't know who Nathan Barnett is. I didn't recognize most of the fighters in Creator Clash 2, and watching YouTube is one of my biggest hobbies. You know what? That's a fair point. I get that, right? But it also depends on, okay, what niche or subcategory of YouTube content do you watch? I wish iDubbbz was my IRL friend. His squirrel videos are kind of good, not gonna lie. I don't really watch the squirrel videos, but I think I've watched a couple, and they seem pretty wholesome. I think that's a good thing that he does. Like, I don't know. It's like, as critical as I've been of him, you know, it's like I just want to give the dude a hug, right? Like, I just feel sorry. You know, it seems like he's going through a lot. And, like, I feel like me, you know, reiterating criticism that somebody else has probably already come up with a larger platform. It's like, okay, what benefit is there, right? Like, I'm sure the criticism I've given isn't, like, the most original or whatever. At least not the criticism I was giving, like, towards the beginning of the stream, right? It's like, I feel like there's less of an issue with, I don't know. I feel like the root of the issue is he's just fucking depressed. Like, he just seems really depressed. I don't know. He just seems like he's sad. I mean, I was watching a Tommy C stream covering this, and it's like that seems to be like what everyone was saying there as well. They're like, oh, he's depressed, and I'm like, okay, but I didn't watch the entire thing, but I was there, and you could see me in chat, you know, making jokes and whatnot, right? But it's like watching the video on its own just hits different, right? This is like, okay, it's like I'm not viewing it through the lens of a Tommy C stream, right? I'm viewing it through my own lens, and it's like, actually, like, goddamn, this is really sad. I don't know. I was hoping to do something more entertaining, but I like, here's the look. I just can't get myself to make fun of this. I can't. I don't have it in me anymore. If you asked 15-year-old me to make fun of the situation, I'd do it in a heartbeat, right? I would probably make a video being like, you know, like a satirical video being like, actually, this was like the best decision for him to make, or whatever, and then like do a bunch of crazy shit, right? And I was gonna do that. I just don't have it in me. Like, I just feel, I don't know, I just don't have the heart for that anymore. I don't, fuck, maybe I'm maybe I'm literally just femboy iDubbbz. Maybe this is me having the same issue. I don't know. This is sad. I know I'm rambling, but God damn it. God damn it. This is